For more on Lilly's big quarter and outlook, let's bring in Leerink Senior Managing Director David Reisinger. David, great to have you with us.
Thanks so much for having me.
A key part of this story is meeting the tremendous demand for these drugs. And as Angelica had mentioned, they are on track to increase production by a significant amount. How do you think about that increase in production, given that it seems like that the total addressable market is constantly increasing with every single new application, new ailment that this drug could possibly treat?
Well, look, they've been spending dramatic amounts of money. They've been increasing their capital expenditures at a tremendous rate, and that's paying off. So you see that in the numbers, right? Today, the company reported a blowout quarter. They raised revenue guidance for the year by 7%. They raised EPS guidance by 19%, and that's paying off. In terms of future investments, they continue to invest very aggressively. They'll be opening another facility in North Carolina at the end of the year, and they're just starting to roll out ex-US. So bear in mind that they're literally just getting started ex-US, and you can just imagine the global demand for their products. They have approval in China, but it's unclear when they'll be able to launch in China, right? So lots of runway ahead.
Right, and the ex-U.S. growth was really sort of, talked about a lot on that conference call in terms of that's where the engine is going to be going forward. David, how do you price that in? And what are you anticipating will be, the payer outlook ex-U.S., the reimbursement outlook ex-U.S.? How does that all take shape in your view?
Sure. Well, they don't break down their specific guidance in terms of how much of the $3 billion revenue guidance increase for this year was driven by U.S. versus ex-U.S. But indeed, we expect both regions, U.S. and ex-U.S., to drive upside to numbers in the future. With respect to Europe and Asia, certainly prices will be lower than in the U.S., but obviously, there are billions more people in those markets, and so they represent an incredible opportunity for the company.
Hey, it's Karen. Thanks for being on. If I were CEO Ricks, I would put out what I thought was a conservative revenue growth number. Where are you on that?
Well, look, the company has been conservative in the past. We haven't updated our model for today's results yet, but the fact of the matter is that the world is their oyster, right? So it's a tremendous opportunity with injectable Mounjaro, with injectable Zepbound, and as was mentioned earlier, they're looking at a potential oral launch in 2026.
How do you model out, David, average selling price going forward as supply comes back online and or increases, I should say, and that there's increased competition out there? Do you expect to see ASPs go down over time?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I guess I'd step back and say that Novo Nordisk talked about selling pressure in the U.S. yesterday. Mm-hmm. One of the issues for Novo Nordisk is that the company's product for obesity is priced at a 20% premium to its product for diabetes. So Wegovy is priced at a 20% premium to Ozempic. That's not the case for Eli Lilly. And so we're not expecting significant price pressure in the U.S. because it's a duopoly, right, between these two large companies. So when we think about the U.S. market, we think prices are going to remain, strong in coming years. Once again, there's greater demand than supply. It wouldn't make sense for Lilly to be cutting prices. With respect to looking further forward, certainly when competition enters the market late decade, there could be greater pricing pressure, but we're not going to see meaningful competition enter until possibly 2028, 2029, starting in those years. With regard to the oral that Lilly has, it's called orforglipron. The first phase 3 results will start to be reported in the spring of next year. That's going to be an oral chemical pill that is far cheaper and easier to manufacture, and we're looking forward to them rolling that out and blanketing the world with it.
You mentioned cheaper to manufacture, but in terms of margin, will it actually be a lot better? You think about the pill, and he talked about cannibalizing themselves, and that's the goal. But in the end, do they actually make less revenue in a pill form if they are, in fact, cannibalizing, unless it's another way to reach another audience?
Yeah, so with respect to the pill pricing, It's possible that they offer it at a slight discount to the injectables, right? But I would just highlight that with respect to this chemical pill, right, if it launches in 2026, as we expect, it'll be 3 years ahead of the next entrant. So the next oral chemical pill would not be launching until 2029. So we wouldn't expect any material discount to the injectables. We think the demand will be off the charts, right? And they'll have that specific market that I described to themselves for 3 years. So we're not really worried about, pricing pressure or Lilly undercutting its revenue opportunity with pricing anytime soon.